FM. A very beautiful afternoon to you. Welcome to Matters on this Super Dial. Okay, on this Mega Dial, if you don't mind, on this Super Mega Dial 90.3 FM. Yeah. I am yours truly, Jude, Ikami Jude. And this afternoon, well, it promises to be interesting anyway. Yeah, because I've got someone in the studio. I've actually been gunning for this same man for a very long time now. And today he is here, before us. Friends, I present to you Barrister Tunji, the great Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. He's here in the studio. A very beautiful afternoon to you, sire.
Thank you, Julian. Thank you for bringing me here.
Yeah.
My pleasure. I am highly honored.
Exactly.
I greet our listeners especially. My regards to them.
Yeah, we always love you. We always love you when you come around the studio.
Thank you very much.
It's always
I
great.
appreciate it.
All right, for listeners and those who wish to join us via social media or maybe YouTube, feel free to do that quickly. Just get to the search bar and type VOP 90.3 FM. And that's just fine. VOP 90.3 FM. Watch us live, and of course, do drop your comment. And this afternoon, we've got a couple of things to talk about. But then, hey, let me not forget to mention that you can also drop your comments via WhatsApp. The number is 0700. That is 0700. Okay, anyway, yeah. 0700 903 9039. Again, 0700 903 9039. Okay, and maybe much later, I'll get to open up the studio lines and so you can join the conversation. Like I said, it's going to be a very, very beautiful one with Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. If it's your first time tuning in, well, welcome. My name is Jude, and this is Matters on VOP 90.3 FM. Yeah, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. First of all, let me find out how you felt or what your reactions will be as regards the anger, the frustration, that Nigerians woke up to yesterday as regards the increment of fuel, increment of what do we call that now? The premium motor spirits, increment on the fuel price, actually. How would you react to that? Maybe we should start from there.
How do I react to the feeling of the people? I think, how do I put it? I believe that you cannot sow gari and reap beans. That's why I think we have agreed, they have agreed, because I wasn't part of them, that subsidies should be removed. And they've agreed that the APC presidential candidate, who's not the president, should be our president. So whatever they see, it should be it. It's a choice, and it's been made. So you deal with the choice you have made. You have made a choice to let the president. You've also make a choice to go with subsidy that it should be removed, because people were clapping when the policy was made. They were saying the president has hit the ground running. I wasn't part of them. I wasn't part of them at all. If you look at my post on my Facebook page, I said, look, this is a policy that will lead to hardship. That was my, go and check my Facebook page. That was what I said, that it's an hardship, that the policy without foundation will lead to hardship. That is not to say that I'm not saying there's a problem in subsidy. I don't even believe there is a problem in subsidy, because my position has been that subsidy itself is not the problem.
It's not a problem.
It's not the problem. Subsidy itself is not the problem. The problem is the corruption and lack of transparency and lack of political will to deal with the crime in that subsidy. So the government decided to look for the shortcuts. Other than attack the problem attached to the subsidy, they were trying to run away from it and trying to look for the shortcuts and put the burden on the masses of the country instead of the few people, like 10, I don't even know the number, few people, few Nigerians. Instead of dealing with few Nigerians, they left it and decided to say we are better safe to deal with over 100 million Nigeria than deal with 15, 10, 50 or 100 people. That's what I see here.
But some persons will still tell you that the administration is still pretty young. We shouldn't expect things might change, you know. And in other words, you are saying, maybe probably by extension, that you really don't believe in this administration from the onset.
No, I'm not saying things may not change. But we are discussing what is already on. What we are seeing now. We are not talking about the future. We are talking about the program on ground now and the nature and the effect of the policies of the government right now, not tomorrow. So if we are talking about what is happening now, tomorrow is just a speculation. Nobody knows what happens tomorrow. It's just an assumption that it may be good, it may not be good. But what is presently on ground is what I'm talking about. It's a policy that I've said, look, this hardship that we're having now, as far as I'm concerned, is deliberate and it's deliberate because you can't, as a government, I've always been saying it, you can't be a government and say you are bringing out a policy, and that policy, when you are bringing out, you tell the people you have to be ready to suffer first, endure pain. That's not a government. Government is in place to ensure that, look, whenever there is pain, they find a way around that pain to reduce it or to either eliminate it. Not for the government to now know that this policy we are bringing in will cause pain. There are people who have to bear it. No, that is not government. If a government has a policy and this policy will cause crisis or will cause pain, they will look away around. They will look around it. They will look at what are likely things that will likely cause this hardship. They will remove those things. Then they will introduce a policy. But in our own case, we'll put the cart before the horse. That's what we'll do in Nigeria. We will now, just like what our security agencies do, they arrest you and start looking for evidence. So this is exactly what we're doing here.
We might as well say that the government is still finding its bearing. You know?
Yeah, I'm not saying so. We are discussing the policy already put out by the government, and we are looking at the consequences and the impact of it. That's what we're discussing. So whether the government tomorrow will do well or not, if the government decides to do well tomorrow, we'll praise him again. But we're talking exactly what is on ground now. We're not talking about what has not been done. We are talking about what has been done, and we're not putting pressure on the government to do anything now. We are saying this thing you have done is causing more hardship. That's what we're talking now. So if anybody is telling me it will be, we should wait, it's too early, I am not going to wait again because I waited for 8 years. People told me, not even 8 years, more than 8 years. But in the last 8 years, people told us that, look, this new government that is coming in, that is President Buhari's regime, okay, that we have to endure all the pain, we have to sacrifice, and therefore things will change. We endure, we sacrifice. What is the end of it? Was there any light at the end of the tunnel? So if a government should come in place and tell me I should endure pain, that government, I will not listen to that government. I'm not ready to endure any pain. I'm not giving for enduring pain. The government is not in place to put pain in us. Government is in place to ensure that pain that we are going through is no longer there or is removed or practically reduced. That is the essence of government.
Barrister Tunji, let's even find out. If you happen to meet the president today, Buhari, I'm sorry, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, you'll be used to
Tinubu.
It. Yes. Asiwaju.
Tinubu.
Emilukan.
Well. If you happen to meet him today, what would you tell him as regards what's going on now, as regards what you're seeing and you feel is not okay? What would you tell him?
If I will have my way, I will tell him to reverse decision regarding subsidy removal.
Oh, really?
Yes, I will. You can't just, you see, that's not to say I'm saying there's no problem in subsidy. Okay. We have been told there is problem in subsidy. I don't know. Because those who are even telling us, if you ask them question at that time, tell us what are the problems, they won't be able to explain to you. The only thing they will tell you is that certain people who have been given the money are not using it for the purpose. Is that a problem? That's not a problem that cannot be solved by the government. If the government is sincere and has political will. When you know you have given money out for people to do something and they are not doing it, are you not supposed to go after them and ensure that this thing is done or prosecute them if they cannot do it? So, and if you are going to remove subsidy the way it is, environment must be conducive for first. That's my point.
Okay.
The environment must be conducive and the foundation must be laid. What are the environment I'm talking about and the foundation I'm talking about? Our refinery must be working and we must be refined maximally. The transportation system must be working well. The electricity must be okay. Our education system must be okay. Health system must. In other words, we have a huge task if you want to remove a subsidy. At that time, there won't be complaint regarding this subsidy has caused us to increase our school fees. This subsidy has caused us to pay more for fuel. This subsidy has been, because I hear them that they say market force. Market force is determining our what? Yes, market force.
We would also get there.
So you see, that's the first thing I will tell him, that look, you need to study the ground first. You know, it was early. The first day he came to office, that was the day he announced the removal. He did not even study. Not removal. Confirm the removal because it was removed during Buhari's regime. Only that it was not.
And you think everything
was not implemented.
Everything is wrong with that.
Like I said, why are we having all this issue that we're having now? It's not all the hardship that we're complaining of now. What was the foundation? The subsidy removal was the foundation for it. The issue of transportation hike is because fuel is high. The issue of electricity saying now they will increase tariff is because the pump price has been increased. The issue of school fees, that our schools saying they want to increase school fees from 30,000 naira, that is public school now, 30,000 naira to 1,000 naira, is because they said there is hardship because there is a subsidy has been removed. So the consequences of the removal of subsidy is the reason why we're having this hardship today. So if that is if that policy will be creating hardship, why should we continue it? Why should we continue it?
You earlier mentioned, you said if you meet the president today, you would ask him to revisit this issue of removal of fuel subsidy.
Yes, and go ahead and deal with people who are not allowing to work. If you deal with them,
how? In what way? Let's find out first. How?
We have our law. So if you have a personal house you want to build, and you engage a contractor, so and you give money to that contractor, or let's say the president he wants to build a personal house, and he has given money to, or he's doing a personal business, and he has given money to somebody to deliver goods to that or products that he wants to do or whatever, and that person did not deliver, what will he do? Will he ignore it and start and look for another supplier or look for another way out? He will pursue him. Even if he's going to abandon him, he will pursue him. He will still pursue him. Say, look, I have another money here. Let me use it as an alternative. Continue with my job. Another employer. But he will pursue that other one. He will not leave him. But what are we seeing in Nigeria? We are saying certain people are the ones who are not making the subsidy effective. Who and who? Do you know them? Has anybody been taken to court? Has anybody been called to come and ask a question? Do we know who and who are behind it? Is it the entire Nigeria?
You're talking about the cabal.
Oh, I don't know about cabal. Cabal is not bigger than the government.
And the president feels the best way to dislodge this cabal is to stop.
Who are the cabal? Who are these cabal? You know them? Who are the cabals? Are the cabal bigger than the country? Are the cabals, those who call cabal, are they 100 million? Are they 200 million Nigerians? At most, they will not be more than 100. At most. Are they the owner of the country? Are they bigger? Are they bigger? Are they above everybody? Are they above the law? There is no political will. That's just it. So instead of going through those people, they say, look, this one is going to be, maybe probably are going to step on toes. Let's look for this short way out. Notwithstanding that it will create hardship to the majority of Nigerians. They don't care.
But you feel because the government doesn't want to, they don't want to step on toes, that's why they're doing this?
Maybe they don't.
It's not like they want to make Nigeria a better place.
They don't have the political will to deal with them. That is the reason. I'm telling you. There's no political will. It's not as if they don't know them. Because this money is not being taken by invisible people. This subsidy is not being paid to people who are not known. They have a name, they have a company name, they have an address. So it's not as if they are not known. So if you say you don't know who and who they are taking the money now, we will say, okay, how are they taking it? Who's giving it to them? Then the person who's giving it to them will come and say, look, this is the person I gave it to. Then the name will come out. But nobody is looking in that direction. They're just looking for shortcuts. How do we, yes, I'm not saying, like I said, what I said in my post that time was that, look, the removal of subsidy is a solution to one problem that will lead to multiplicity of another problem. And that's what's happening today.
So what's the best way to handle it?
To handle what? It's not, for me, it's even better to have subsidy and some people, and the way they are complaining, that some people are benefiting more from it or something than the entire Nigeria to suffer. Because the entire Nigerians are suffering now. The hardship is very, very. Look at the road now. People are some people. That's an achievement too. That cars are not plenty on the road again. I don't know the kind of thinking they are thinking. Retrogression thinking. Because if you have people who have car before and they can't go out just because they can't buy fuel to that car, and you are saying they are being forced to use public buses. So using public buses is now means they are humble, or it now make them to become a what? So you see, this is our thinking, and just sometimes I don't understand it. Everybody just believe that suffering must be part of us. Some people believe that principle. Everything you must suffer. There's some people who want to train their children. They say, no, he has the money. He has everything. He will say, no, I will not. I want you to suffer and learn. Why must you suffer? Why? When you have the ability to take care of your people and you say they must suffer first, they must endure pain. Why? What kind of thinking is that? What kind of mentality is that?
No.
Nigerian mentality is that they say they are preparing you for the future. Is it hardship that make you to become strong, to make you intelligent or sensitive or have senses? It's not hardship.
But the reason why pump price increase is because of like what we know is that it's as a result of the dwindling what's it called value of the naira. So we should be looking at
that was not the reason given to us.
The naira.
The reason given to us is that we are losing money to subsidy, and that other countries are benefiting instead of Nigerians.
No,
that was the reason given to us.
The increment. This is one that happened yesterday.
The one that happened, the increment.
Has to do with naira.
They say market force.
Market force.
You won't jump to that one now. If there was no removal of subsidy, would that be issue of market force? It won't come.
So wait, let's find out. Are you for or against subsidy?
Subsidy removal?
Yes.
No, you see, it's not a straightforward answer. I am not against subsidy removal, but I'm against the approach. I am saying if you are to remove subsidy, you must put certain things in place. It's not that you remove subsidy and you start thinking about how do I cushion it. No, you must have taken steps to ensure that the effect of the removal will not be felt by the people. Not that you remove it and start thinking how do we sort it out? How will people now how do we provide palliative for them? What is palliative? Temporary solution. That's the meaning of palliative. And palliative will go up trillions of naira. And you say you can't move forward in that manner. Rather than face our problem headlong and look for a solution that will be lasting, we are looking for short-term solution that will not even have any effect in our life, on our economic and our development. So for me, I'm not saying I'm not against if they believe, I'm not an economist, I'm a lawyer, but I know that my own economy is about reality on ground. And that's how I know my own. I don't deal with a paperwork economy where somebody will come and tell me, if you look at our system, our situation now, our GDP is above critical. Those ones are paper. It's not a reality. I don't deal with that kind of economy. I deal with what I see. I deal with how people relate. When I see people enjoying, even when you say our economy, as far as I'm concerned, is good. The essence of government is to make people happy, provide welfare and security. That's all. So when people are happy, people have the welfare and they are enjoying their welfare and the whatever, I don't see anything bad in it. That is the essence of the government. It's not about people, but we have this. They try to create this mentality in our head that it's not good for people to see money or to be seeing money without or anyhow or whatever. I don't understand the way they see it. They say it. They said that they need to make sure. That was what the former president did. That the money, the people are having money. They don't have to have money. Money must not be. I can't remember how he put it that time. The economy. They say, look, there are people are so many people are having so much money in their hands, and therefore I know that may be inflation issue because of the lack of good product. But if there is no money and there is no commodity, well, how do you survive?
Barrister, currently in Lagos, fuel is sold at about 568 naira per liter in Abuja is 617 naira per liter, while in Anambra is about 700 naira per liter. And some persons have also opined that maybe before December, we might be selling, fuel for as high as 900 or 1,000 naira. Do you see that coming also?
If market forces determines that. They say market forces. So you can't predict what market forces will be. Market forces tomorrow, but what I know, what I am sure of in Nigeria is that whatever goes up, hardly come down. No matter what we say now, even if the market forces will come now and then will be beneficial to us, hardly from 500 they can say it's now 450. As far as I'm concerned, that is still on the high side. Just like our dollar, when Jonathan was there, it was how much, 200 or something. When Baba Buhari came in, the team went to 500 or 600, and thereafter it became 400 again, and people were clapping that it has come down. That's what we are in Nigeria. So as far as I'm concerned, they are saying it will come down, but I don't believe that until I see it, because I know in Nigeria, whatever goes up, Ali comes down. Ali comes down. And if you don't, and in that regard, I will be happy if it comes down, but I will not be putting my head in that one, thinking that what they are telling me is I should be working towards that. No, I will not. I have the trust I have in government is not 100% any longer. It's not even 70%. Not even 50%. There's this trust deficiency for me as far as I'm concerned in our government. I don't trust them. Because they seem to be thinking only about themselves. Those in government, you can see when we are talking about government is not Nigeria is not having the economy is bad. It's not bad. Some people are talking about having 70 billion as for themselves, whether for innovation, whether for palliative, whether for whatever it is. I don't know why that should be for them, and we don't even know what those in the presidency are taking in their home to settle down. So I don't see. I've not seen any where we are being told to tighten our belt. Those government are removing their belt so that they will get more relief in terms of putting more things in their belly. So as far as I'm concerned, because I was expecting that a government that wants to do things differently, a government that wants to change from the old style, will not follow all those steps that have been done before. But most of the policies that have been thrown out now are the same line with what we have seen in the past that have failed. So that's why I say, for me to have a trust that there will be better thing tomorrow until I see a different approach. That's when I believe that.
Now, a different approach. Let's look at Omokri's approach. Now, he said that what he would have done if he is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, following the hardship in the country, he noted that he would introduce some heavy killer taxes that will drive 1, MTN, 2, DSTV, 3, ShopRite out of Nigeria to be replaced by Nigerian-owned businesses.
Okay.
How would you react to that one?
That would be long time. It's not talking about immediate solution. That would be long time. If you drive out those people you mentioned, who will take over? You see tomorrow. You just start business in a day and then you think you grow like that, or you are not. Who will take over the business? We have DSTV when we have our own cable TV that time, ITV. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
They were competing well with DSTV. In fact, they were even giving grade A license in terms of premiership. They can show that they have 80% rights to show most of the matches, while the DSTV has a few. How many years they went to?
But what happened to it?
They went to that grant. They couldn't renew their license after a year or two. They couldn't renew their license after a year or two. So it's not even if you drive these people around, and we are still having the kind of economy we have now, we still be because the environment we have today now does not encourage business. It kills business most time. Business are being killed by factor of our environment. What we do, multiple taxation. Multiple. I disagree with people who say Nigerians don't pay tax. You may say Nigerians don't pay direct tax, but indirect tax everybody pays. Everybody, even the one that has not been born, is paying for it. The one inside the belly.
Unborn
It's
child.
the one inside the belly is paying
Indirect tax.
indirect tax. But direct tax we may not be paying directly, all of us. And that indirect tax what I'm talking about is multiple taxes. Multiple in it. So it's not we're not lacking this the issue is that, like I said, drag them out, send them away. Who will replace them? That is the question. And if you are replacing them, is it just going to be immediate solution? We are looking about the immediate solution now. We're not talking about the future solution. That's why the thing I say we need to plan before we start removing. We need to ensure that look, we have production. We are producing. We are manufacturing. We are encouraging production in our country. We have in our country we have a company that produces a FICO. Our government patronizing them. It's our government patronizing those companies. And the same government will tell us to patronize their local content. But they want to buy car, they will go abroad. They go and do another thing abroad. So if they give room or opportunity for those companies that building FICOs in Nigeria, would that not boost their business and will create more opportunity employment for other people? They're not. They won't do. They will prefer abroad.
Let's look at.
They will prefer foreign.
Yeah.
They will be buying 500 million cars for one person, just one car, bulletproof cars. Our former president who says he doesn't like spending money, he was using over 400 million car as an official car. He didn't say no, this one is too much for me. And somebody will come and say Baba is the most intelligent, the most honest, and what's it called? What the Baba integrity.
Okay. Barrister Tunji Ebuhami.
No, better.
Let's dissect what Omokri said. You know, I want to also go through these, then we'll talk about some other things before we get to open up the studio lines. Now, let me quote what Omokri said calmly. He said, I would introduce some heavy killer taxes that would drive away MTN, DSTV, and ShopRite out of Nigeria to be replaced by Nigerian-owned businesses. Now, someone like Peter Obi, he mentioned, can take over ShopRite with his next. Otumba Mike Adenuga can be supported to buy MTN Nigerian assets.
Why must they look before you go on?
And he said, and why must we watch DSTV? Let us watch our rights and channels and all of this.
We are watching it. Why must you drive them away? Are we saying if we have our own business, we can't compete? Must we drive them away? Must we keep one business for you to have your own business? He's
talking about business for Nigerians.
Is this one not for Nigeria? By Nigerian for Nigerians, Abi? Mm-hmm. So in every other part of the world, only the citizens of those countries are providing what they are using there. Other people from other countries are not providing anything for them. What I'm saying is that why must we kill somebody's business just because we want to have our own? Why can't we bring it up our own and compete favorably with them? But because the environment is not enabled. And with those who call businessmen, if you're a businessman in Nigeria, you must be in politics, in one way or directly or indirectly. Otherwise, your business will go. Let Dangote stop enjoying those government patronage and benefit that he's enjoying today. You will see Dangote will no longer be there.
Really?
I'm telling you, he won't be in that rank again. Let him not enjoy those privileges and the patronage from the government. Let him not enjoy it again and see whether or not Dangote will sustain his business in Nigeria the way he's doing now. We don't have an enabling environment for people to succeed. That is the problem. You will borrow money to do business, just small scale business, just to rent one shop alone. Maybe you borrow 2 million naira. Out of that 2 million naira, for you to rent shop alone, you might be spending like 1 million plus. You have not even stock your goods. The day you are painting your shop to say, let me make it more attractive, the local government is already with you. Come and pay tax. The state are already there. Come and pay tax. They don't even want to know whether or not you have anything to sell. How can you succeed in that manner? There's no way. The environment must be conducive, and people they must allow people to. So if you kill all the business, or even send them away, and don't have your own, that can nobody is holding them not to do cable TV now. Is anybody holding them not to compete with the DSTV? Does DSTV have monopoly to say, look, apart from them, nobody should do again? Or does MTN? We have Glo and other people now. They are doing their own. Everybody is doing. Wow. So what must we? So I disagree with Omakri's what's it called? Proposition or suggestion, or what did he say? I don't believe that we must kill one business for us to go. Let's grow our home. Let's believe in it. If we have our own business and we are not patronizing it, you can't. There's no way. Sometimes when I want to do some things, I have brothers and sisters and their families who does that kind of business. Whether they will do it well or not, I will still patronize them. Somebody will tell me, now you they give them job now, they will not do it well. And I said, look, it's not as if I don't know that they will not do it the way other people outside will do it. But if I'm not encouraging them, how will they improve? How will they grow? So if you have somebody who's doing business within you, you start to leave that person and go outside just because you say, if I do with him, he will take 5 naira out of me, and that person own is 5 naira less. If your family chop 5 naira from you, what is bad in it? And if you are giving that business, it will grow. So if government encourage local content, when I say local encourage now, the same government is patronizing it. Imagine our president patronizing local hospitals. Imagine our president patronizing our local reserve, what's it called? Center. What are these centers? Where you want to relax, you go there.
Okay, relaxation centers?
Resource centers.
Resource centers.
Imagine them patronizing those places.
Okay, now
imagine how people will make the environment.
Let's even. I want to touch on business by Nigeria for Nigerians. All right. I was asking someone, recently. I said, "What's up about Dangote Refinery?" When it was how many months now? It's been I think a month or two thereabout. No,
it was before May. It was before May 29.
Before May 20. Was it before May 29?
Yes,
oh, yeah.
It was Baba Buhari that.
Yes. Yeah. And we thought, this guy has come to hit the ground running almost immediately. By now we shouldn't be talking about some of the things we're talking about.
Are you expecting that when it comes in, the price will go down or something?
No. Nigerians envisaged that.
Okay, cement. When Dangote was doing cement,
once that thing start running, a lot of things will be better.
Yeah, there will be a lot of employment will be created for people around that area. But regarding
we're not talking about employment alone.
Regarding fuel itself, don't expect that it will come down. Dangote will not sell and say because I'm producing in Nigeria, and then it will look other factors will not be considered, and then it will still be same of the same. This is a businessman, and you see it's not in production now because at the time when they declared that commissioned that thing, it wasn't ready. It was just 70% ready or 80%. It wasn't ready, but they just want Baba Buhari to say, I am the one that commissioned part of the achievement. That was what he did, as far as I'm concerned. So I think people should not just put much pressure on themselves by putting so much expectation on the what's it called, Dangote's refinery. Dangote refinery may not change anything. But I'm saying so because when we used to import cement, it's not as high as this. But now that we have Dangote that is more or less like this sole producer of cement, what is the price of the cement today? How has it gone down? And what's it called? Quick, when Dangote comes in, the things will be. There will be. No, I don't believe in that.
Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, let's look at
if you have other. If you have, apart from Dangote, we have other refineries that are working. They are competition. Just like we have the network, MTN, Global, Com, and this and that. It may force, but the way it is now today, it won't come down.
Okay, now let's look at the word restructuring, and let's also look at the Nigerian constitution. Recently, Chief Bode George said that the constitution of Nigeria cannot take the country to its promised land. And
is it Bode George?
No, Bode George also said it recently.
But I know that has been his position.
Afe Babalolo or Bode George?
Both of them. Okay. No, I don't know about Bode George. I know about Baba.
He also said it.
Don't know about Bode George.
He also said it yesterday. Yesterday in a lecture, he said, that the current constitution of Nigeria cannot take the country to its promised land. You're a lawyer. I just want you to help us understand. Restructuring on this hand and the constitution on the other hand. Help us understand which one are we looking at, to help Nigeria become a better place. Restructuring the constitution. Please help us.
Let me first of all say that, look, respectively, respectively, disagree with Baba Afe Babalola and Chief Bode Judge that our constitution, the way it is, will not take us anywhere. If you like, change our constitution to a brand new one, remove everything that is in this constitution, and do another one completely, with removing all this one that is already here.
Okay.
And we are behaving the way we are behaving. We are implementing the way we are implementing and enforcing it before we are enforcing it. We'll still be on in the same position. It is not the constitution itself that is the problem. It is the implementation and enforcement of the constitution that is the problem. People trusted with the responsibility of enforcing the law or of implementing the law are the problem. They use the law for their personal benefit. Whenever the law favors them, they go with it. Whenever it's not favor them, they bring some different interpretation to it. So even if you like do a law that is new, throw away this new old constitution. Don't even pick anything from this old constitution and do another one completely. If we are behaving the way we are behaving, if we don't change our character and attitude, it cannot change anything. So for me, the constitution may not be perfect. I'm not saying our constitution is perfect. I'm not saying there's no error in that constitution. I'm not saying there's no lacuna in that constitution. I'm not saying some of the error and lacuna in that constitution were not even deliberate. Some of them were not deliberate. Some of them were because of time, circumstance. But those who are the National Assembly, who are supposed to look into it, some of them don't understand it. Seriously speaking, some of them don't know the essence where they are. They don't know what law they are passing. They don't understand it. Some of them think like a layman. When I say layman now, as a lawyer, you know what I mean by that.
Of course.
So they may not be able to give us what we think in terms of so if implementation and enforcement is what I think is, there is no way you can have restructuring without the constitution backing. That's the relationship between the constitution and restructuring. Because restructuring is on different parts. There are restructuring that, because if you want to change, if restructuring has to do with change of a system of government, the constitution must provide for it. If the restructuring is going to be about devolution of power, it is in the constitution that you see that you change it. So that is so restructuring as except we want to say, look, let's start a new country, and then we now sit down and then design new government. Even at that, the constitution will be put in place to capture all those design. So there is no way we can talk about restructuring without the constitution, because one of the systems we are having today, they have their foundation and their basis upon that.
Let's also stress what he said. He said the Nigerian constitution is a military in setting. I mean, is military rather. Is military in setting. Now, let me quote him. He said, having served that long in the military, Bode George, okay. Having served that long in the military, I can authoritatively confirm to you that the Nigerian constitution is absolutely military in setting. In the military, orders come from top to bottom, but in a democratic dispensation, powers come from the people, that is the bottom to the top. But we have copied the American constitution. That's why things are not working. We must be deceiving ourselves if we think that this constitution will take us to the promised land.
It is not in dispute that this constitution was put in place by military regime. There is no dispute in that. Okay. He was even part of them. He was a former military administrator or governor. He was a former military. I don't know whether he was. I can't remember whether he was part of those the year when this constitution was put in place, 1999. I don't know. Yes, it was 1999. Yeah. He was a military. He was out of government. He was there when the military were drawing out those constitutions, Abacha and Co. and Absalom and Co. So it is clear, it is true. There is no dispute regarding that fact that, look, this constitution was prepared by the military. But when was it prepared? 1998. Since that time, we have forgotten how many we are now in fourth. How many republic were we now? 1999 to date. Obasanjo was there for 8 years. That was there for 2 years. Goodluck was there for
Jonathan.
This same constitution is what we are used. But Buhari was there for 8 years. So how many years was that? And there has been a lot of amendment in it to reflect our interest. There has been a lot of. So I would have been able to address the issue properly if Baba Bode George had pointedly or clearly state those aspects of the law that are still that are seen as military that are seen as the obstacle to our development. You can't generalize. You can't just generalize it and say because it was done by the military, therefore it's a problem. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. So if you are saying because it was done by a military, yes, it may have told lie against itself that it says we, because there was no we. I agree with that. I agree that was not perfect. But I will not agree that, look, except because he has not given me any specific part of the constitution that is hindering our development. If he has given me that part of the constitution that is hindering our development, maybe we can properly analyze it and see whether or not is the reason why we are not growing, and we'll be able to address it properly. But if he just made a general statement regarding the constitution. So in other words, he wants to throw away the entire constitution, and whatever that is good in the constitution is no longer good because they don't believe in it. He has benefited from the same constitution. He has benefited from the same constitution. He has been appointed into position based on this same constitution. And this constitution is what the government have been used. The foundation of all the law we have gotten are based on this constitution. Like I said earlier on, I'm not saying this is not to say that the constitution is perfect. This is not to say that the constitution has no defects. This is not to say that there's no lacuna in the constitution. This is not to say that the constitution is but as it is today, if we implement that constitution, even 40%, the way it is, with sincerity and for the benefit of the country, it will grow. So we are not growing up because the constitution is holding our hands. It is not the constitution that says the government should not prosecute anybody who has committed an offense. It is not the same constitution that says people should just vote based on sentiments. It's not the constitution that says you must appoint only people from your side to government. It is not the constitution that says so. The constitution even says there must be what? Federal character. Are we following it? So you can't be blaming our problem on the constitution when we are not implementing the constitution the way it should be implemented. We should be blaming people who have been given the opportunity to enforce or implement the constitution and who have not been doing it the right way. So my position has been that I'm not one of those who will say we must for us to grow we must throw away the constitution. It's not. If let's throw it away. Let's even try it and throw it away and see whether or not we'll change. UK don't have a constitution. They don't have a written constitution. They don't have a written constitution. Go and find out. Are they not progressing? Are they not moving? And I'm not aware, and like I said again, he has not pointed out a particular position in that constitution to me to say, if not for this particular section, or this particular section, or that particular section, the country will have moved forward. I've not seen any. I've not seen any in that regard. He has not told me any in that regard. So in that case, I want to disagree with him entirely that that is a problem.
Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. It's 2:08 p.m. Just right here in the studios, and of course, like I said, feel free to join the conversation via YouTube. That is VOP 90.3 FM on YouTube. Just go there and search for it. VOP 90.3 FM on YouTube. You can watch us live and, of course, drop a comment. And I also said you can drop your comment via WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is 0700 903 9039. Again, 0700 903 9039. My name is Jude Ikami Jude, and he is Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, and we're having a robust conversation. And hey, you can join in, okay? But then, Barrister, let's go another route right now. The president, has directed that the proposed 8,000 naira, conditional cash transfer program, which is a palliative to bring succor. You earlier mentioned about palliative, right? Palliative, that will bring succor to most vulnerable household to be reviewed immediately. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think, let me first of all...
maybe no more 8,000 naira. Maybe
it may go up.
Some person
maybe
said,
there's no more transfer.
Let it be 30,000 naira.
Even if it's 1 million naira, I will not support it.
Why?
You can't run the government like that. And that's why and tomorrow we'll be blaming our constitution. Is there any part of the country that says we should be sharing money to individual? Just like that. In the name of our trying to...
No, he said palliative.
Palliative.
Palliative
for what? Palliative pending when? Pending what will happen? Pending when there will be solution. When will the solution come? And this palliative we're talking about is, for me in Nigeria, I'm not saying sharing cash. I'm not talking about other country. I'm talking about Nigeria. Sharing money in Nigeria is like a room for people to just steal money. I'm not talking about a country where they have the data and the statistics to be able to determine who and who will be paid and how they will be paid and all those things. But in Nigeria, from my experience, it's a means of just siphoning money. So let me first of all, like I said, let me commend the president. Yeah, let me commend him. Okay. Because we have if we were to be doing Buhari's regime, if you like, shout till tomorrow, that policy will not change. They will insist on going ahead, and they will go ahead. In fact, like men will have come and say it's a no going back. It's no. What is normally said that no going back or something like that at that time. So they won't go back. So it shows that the government will be a listening. The Asiwaju government is a listening government, or that is listening to people and is hearing what people are saying, and he wants to look. That's why I say I commend him for reversing that, because some people will see it as a shame for them to say, we are reversing our policy. If like I always say that, look, no matter how good a policy is made for the benefit of the people. If people are saying you are saying this policy is good, and people are saying we don't want it, you must take it away. You can't impose it on them. But that's what I've been seeing. That's what we've been seeing in the past. But now, thank God, he has listened to us. But again, that is a confirmation that for those of us who criticize the policy, because some people who are defenders of the universe, they defended it with anything. They will tell you the man that is selling Google Atepa, how much is his capital, how much is he selling. If you see that kind of money, it will be Eldorado for him. It will be this and that for him. It shows that it confirms our position that the policy was not well thought out. It was not a thorough thinking policy. That is the effect of the anti-fashion.
But he said the palliative package is to cushion the effect of subsidy removal that has led to the high cost of goods and services.
How will 8,000?
That's the reason.
How will 8,000 that amount to like 48 times 6? No, I'm not a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. I'm not a mathematician. 8 times 6 and that 8,000 is not for one. It's not for only Judah. They will not even give you. It's not for only one person though. It's for about 5 persons. Because for a family, 8 persons for a family of 5, minimum. Father, wife, and probably maybe 2 or 3 children. So that's 8,000 is for not just for any one person, and they expect them to spend that one for 8 months to cushion the effect of going to market and buy what you are buying for 10,000. What you are buying for 1 naira now, for before for 5 naira. For paying school fees that you are paying 20,000 naira before, that you'll be paying 100,000 naira now. For transportation, whereby you take care from Yaba to Igbo, which is let's say about 15 naira before, for instance, that you'll be paying 12 naira now. How would that cushion that effect? How? Let's even forget that the money was even. Some people will say the fear is that it may not get to the people who are supposed to. Let's even appear. I'm talking about. Let's even assume that he has been given to them. It's gotten to them. There was no blockage on the road. How would that change their life? What will it change? We're not talking about money. Just take this money, just go and hit and we are that attitude of our government of saying let's just make them just survive. No, the government is not empowered just to make me survive. It's so empowered to make me live well. Live well, not just live. So you must, if you are giving money out to people, you must give money that will change their life. That next tomorrow, when that money is not given to them again, they won't come back to you. That's what government is. Just like what, because we have gone through this route before. So many kind of this kind of a program were introduced in the last regime, in terms of that will require you giving people money. I remember Kiyamo's 774 job. I remember I also criticized it. I said, how will it be possible? That is a waste of time. That after 3 months, 20k, that's 6,000 naira. What will be the life? What will happen after 3k to those people? How many of them have been employed after that program? Were they even giving the money? We are not even aware. There is money being shared when people were doing COVID. What are the implications? What is the effect? How many people have become millionaires or whose life have changed? I'm not even talking about millionaire now. Who has been able to do business constantly just because of that money, they throw that money as well. So many of that. So we can't be going through that same route and expect a change. So I congratulated the president for thinking, for listening to the people, and for reversing the what's it called, the program. It's a confirmation for those who like it, who has been abusing us, who has been criticizing us, that we are always criticizing government policy as a good policy. That I want to say, look, these are a confirmation that the government has agreed that they made mistake in bringing out that policy, and that's why they are.
But don't also forget that the president has promised that that the 500 billion naira, will be judiciously utilized.
By sharing.
Judiciously utilized.
By sharing it to people. And member of National Assembly, 70 billion. The Nigerians, 8,000 naira per. Not even Nigerians. They are not even up to 10% of us. So what happened to those of us who are not considered as poorest of the poor? Are we not affected by the subsidy? What will be our own palliative? You see, when you don't do the right thing at the right time, where you're supposed to go through this place, you go there 10 times and you will not find your road. Because if you have taken the right step, do the right thing before removing the subsidy, you will not be thinking of this palliative or no palliative or whatever. In fact, if only the foundation outside you will lay before leaving the government, it's even better for me. I would appreciate it than just rushing to it and say people are saying subsidy is a problem. And this same subsidy that say is a problem, these are the people that prevented the particular government in 2012 from removing it. They were some people who sponsor those who protested against it, and they are the one in government that the same people are telling us now that subsidy is a problem. When those people were saying that time, they say they were lying. They were not. They don't know what is subsidy. Subsidy is a scam. Subsidy is the clinical. There is nothing like subsidy. What are they now removing now? Insincerity is our problem. Until we have that sincerity and we have the interest of our people at heart, and nobody is taking as a bigger than the other in terms of according priority to certain people, those privileged Nigerians, we cannot grow. Because I repeat again, those who are causing this subsidy problem, who are said, let me use that word, who are said to be causing or alleged to be causing this subsidy problem, are not up to 100, if at all. They were there. What happened? Why can't you deal with them so that they will do the right thing, and then we all enjoy the subsidy? Because it's not only in Nigeria that the government provides subsidy. It may not be fuel. Somewhere else may be something else. The government must provide subsidy in one area or the other. Subsidy is just to cushion your problem, just to ensure that, look, if we want to leave you with this thing to do yourself or not to support you at all, it will be hardship for you. Let's just put something into it. That's the government.
All right. Now, let's also chip in what Akpabio said recently. He said that the federal government will implement a review, of workers' salary upwards to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy removal. Also, don't you think that is? Would you consider that laudable?
Good for the workers. It's still one-sided. It still won't sort out the problem because we all go to the same market. It's not everybody that is a public servant or civil servant. It's not everybody. I'm not sure they're up to 10% of those who are in government employment.
But do you see that move as a good one?
No, it's good to increase their salary now. The law even says every 5 years you must increase it. That is not a giving. That is not even it's not as if they are even doing a promo to them. It's by law they are entitled to it. Increment in salary every 5 years. That's what the law says.
But so you said it won't solve.
No, I'm saying that is not considered as palliative. That's not palliative. That's not palliative. That is normal under the law. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
That is not palliative. That's what the law provides. So and again, where this money that they say they are even saving in palliative, why would if the salary is increased, those government who are not able to pay that minimum wage today, where would they be able to pay those increments that we're talking about? And what will happen to those who are not in a public service, those who are not in a formal sector, those who are not in a, are you getting my point? Those who are doing business on their own, what happened to them? What will be their own palliative? Because if they increase salary now for the workers, Abi, they definitely it will trigger the commodity to go up in the market. Definitely it will trigger it, and it will affect everybody, whether you are in the civil service or not. It will affect you. Are you getting my point? So if the government cannot force those in private business to pay that minimum wage, they can't force them. Except they can't force them, and if they want to force them, it will lead to more unemployment. Because if you cannot do it, you say, okay, I can't pay you, go home. There's no crime in that one. If an employer say, I can't pay you any longer, please go to your house. They can't take him to court and say, why did you sack him? So
now the salary increment is not palliative,
as far as I'm concerned.
But as far as you're concerned, but don't you think it will still cushion the effect of
it?
Subsidy?
It even add more to it.
How?
Because as soon as salary is increased now today, the commodity transportation, everything will go up.
But it has gone up already.
It will go up more. That's what I'm saying. It will go up more. So there will be too much money in the society, in the community, and in the
so what you want me? One want to ask you, what do you want? What do you expect?
The error has been made. Because that's why I said if I were to be President Buhari, Tinubu, I will not remove the subsidy. I will reverse. Because the consequences and the effect of this subsidy removal is even more than the subsidy itself that we're talking about. You look at it now in every aspect of our life, education, health, everywhere. Everything will go up. And the excuse by everybody is that subsidy has been removed, the price of the fuel has. Let's have our own refinery. Let's have our own refinery. We have been spending so much billions or trillions of naira on this refinery from Obasanjo's regime. To date, it's not working. It was even sold by the Obasanjo, and it was reversed by Yaradua. I mean, I will support even for us. So if we know we are not going to do anything with it, let's even sell it, because the money they spend in, say, they are turning it around every year is even bigger than they're doing another refinery. So as far as I'm concerned, we have so many things to do. The government has created problem for itself, and that's why we're running a scatter. That's why we're talking about increments in salary. We're talking about looking for palliative, looking for this and that. We created the problem by ourselves. Nobody chased us to that level. We chased ourselves there. When the subsidy was there, all these issues were not coming up. Were they? They were not coming up. The issue of I want to increase school fees were not coming up. The issue of I want to the health sector want to increase are not coming up. Nobody is talking about even the workers are not talking about their statutory right to increment of their salary. They're not talking about it then that time. It is the subsidy removal that is causing it. So, like I said, we have already put the cart before the horse, and we are having problem in driving the progress of the country, and that's why you see the issue that there's a confusion everywhere. Okay. That's what I've seen now. There's a confusion. Government itself is confused.
Okay, all right. Let's move quickly now. Let me just get your reactions as regards what's it called, the ministerial nominees. All right, that we all expecting. You know, first of all, let's find out what are your own expectations, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. What are your expectations?
I should be speculating. The names are not out. The names are not out.
What are your expectations?
I'm not expecting anything new.
North, east, west, south.
I'm not expecting
what are you expecting?
No, it's very clear now. Yeah, I'm not expecting anything new. The constitution is clear. Every state must have one. So there must be one person from each state. And majority of them will be populated by politicians. Though I don't see anything bad in it. A politician being a minister, I don't see anything bad in it. Once you are capable, once you have the capacity, once you have the experience, the knowledge, there's nothing bad in making a politician a minister. I don't believe in technocrat of the thing that the people talk about. I don't know.
You don't believe in it?
I don't know that anybody called technocrat that's not a politician that is in government. Even if you are a technocrat, and once you enter government today, you become a politician. You are a technocrat, and you are bringing to the government today. The next day you become a politician. That is truth. And those even people you call those who are into politics today, some of them are also technocrats before they join politics. And the fact that they are professional in their area, does not remove them from being a technocrat.
One of the reasons why I asked you, what your expectations were is even right now, some Nigerians have some persons in mind at heart to like, okay, I think if this person is or happens to be the Minister of Finance, if this person is appointed as the Minister of this, that, I think this sector will be better. I think this will be better. Minister of Aviation, okay, this, I think this person, before everything goes haywire. So that's why I asked you, what your expectations.
I don't bother myself with that because I don't have the control of it. Even if I have it in mind and I suggest it, they won't take it. So why must I disturb myself? Let's see what they are bringing first, and let's look at it. I don't believe that there's nobody that will have. I believe that we have in each state. You are bringing one person from an entire state. I don't believe that it will be difficult to see one person that is competent in that state to represent the state and to be given a particular position. What we are lacking is leadership. We are lacking good quality leadership. No matter how good you are, if you are being, you remember recently, the military they were alleged to have said something that they should free them, they should allow them to do their job freely. Abi, it shows that it shows that it is not that military are not competent or they are not capable of dealing with those people. It shows that there is no political will. Something is holding them down somewhere. So even if you are, no matter how competent you are, if you are in a government where people are not, those in leadership are they're not expecting you to do what you are doing or the good thing. There's nothing you want to do that will show. So the leadership will matter. It depends on what the president wants, and in that regard, I believe we will see one person in the entire state that will be good, that will believe he has competence and capacity, and he will not compromise to do the job. We have the government today in Nigeria is about loyalty to the president. Nigeria's system is about loyalty to the president. Once you are loyal to the president, you get what you are looking for. And once you are not loyal, they see you as enemy. There is no loyalty to the country in this, and that's why you are having problem. That is why you will not have. We will not have. That's why most of the security agents, those who are head of security agencies like AFCC, anti-corruption agencies like EFCC and the ICPC and whatever, have been failing. The head of it's not as if they are not competent or capable, but they are not secure. They are not secure. If they want to do things the way it should be done, without dancing to anybody's tone, they will not secure their job. And that's why they will see them sometimes and say they are compromised. Because they want to satisfy the person in charge, who has the power to remove them. So if we have an institution that is working, and people are free to do things the way it should be done, every ministry will work now. It's not about the minister. Every ministry will work if we have people, if the institution is working without anybody influencing anybody, without fear or favor, do things the way it should be done. It will work. No matter you can also undo Ministry of Information, and you do it well if you are given free hand. So I know we have so many quality Nigerians who are capable that we are not lacking. We are just looking for 37, 30, 36 or 42 of them, one per state. You definitely, if you are looking for good quality, if you want service and you want delivery, you will definitely see what that person in that state that is good. You bring that person out. But they will not. They will look for people they want to compensate with what's it called? Compensation. I'm not saying that there's only bad in compensating people for their struggle. But if you want to compensate, make sure you are compensating and give him that position that he can handle. Because we see in the past administration, a minister left after 8 years and told others he knew nothing about the ministry before even becoming. And that's why he was not able to perform very well. we see a minister of labor does not have human relation attitude. It's not as if he's not competent. It's not as if he's not capable. But that the ministry where he was is not the right ministry for him. A ministry of labor who would deal with people must have that human relation training and attitude. Those who are there, the two of them that were given as a minister of state and minister of what's it called, labor, both of them are character that don't they how do I put it? I don't want to insult anybody. There are people who don't have that patience, and who don't deal with people like a human being. They don't want to see everybody as their dog in their houses or whatever.
Okay, before we get
so you put people there that will do the right.
Before
and let give them the free hand to do.
Before I open up studio lines, former Speaker of the House of Assembly, Yakubu Dogara, has said that that the hostile takeover, the complete hostile takeover of a national and state assembly by the executive is an indication of bad leadership.
And it's also one of the reasons why we're not growing. Because by our constitution, National Assembly is not meant to be...
That the National Assembly states that they are all taken over by the president and the government.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. National Assembly is not meant to be the appendage of the executive. National Assembly is not meant to be fighting the executive. They are not meant to be having a headlong or collusion with the president executive. They are meant to checkmate and supervise the executive. The what we see today is that the executive determines what happens at the National Assembly.
Okay.
Why? Because the executive appoints the leadership of the National Assembly. They were appointed by them. It was clear. We saw it. It's not new. This is not an allegation. Though there was voting and the whatever, then we knew where they were going. We know that some people who went against that order regarding this is where the president said we are going to. They were seen as a what's it called, anti-party and enemy of the party or enemy of progress. So in a country where the president will be the one to choose the leadership of the National Assembly, there is no way you will see quality representation or quality oversight function in a state whereby whatever the government is looking for, the national the House of Assembly see themselves as the baby of the executive. You can't see anything. In other words, they were in place to say, look, you are going astray. You have to come back. They are not doing so. They rather follow the president or the governor to wherever he's going to. They want to fall into the same pitch at the same time. And then they will leave us where. So as far as I'm concerned, it's not far from the truth, what he has said.
Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Now, before I get to open up the studio lines, let me just, for those listening and watching us right now, I want to say this. Yeah. I'm sure you are aware about the 2-week sit at home, all right, by one Simon Ekpa, right, in the southeast, you know, after the 1 week that he declared recently. Now, the man seems to be progressing seriously with these sit at home thing, and no one knows what would even happen from 1 week to 2 weeks. Who knows? By the way he is going, if not checkmated, one day, you know, he might even declare 1 month or even 1 year. Well, even the implications of these 2 weeks cannot be lost on anyone at all. If people are to sit at home for a complete 2 weeks, no school, no work, no business or any sort. So there is really fire on the mountain in the southeast, whether you believe it or not. Well, I will be bringing to you somebody who knows how all of this started. Somebody who has been very close to Nnamdi Kanu, who is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and Rash Wazurike, the leader of the movement of the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, MASOP, and now Biafra, independent movement, BIM. Well, if you like somebody who has, wine and dine with both of them to talk about how we can get out of this monster mayhem that is currently going on in the southeast, He will be talking or taking us down memory lane to how it all started, to the present, and then to the future. You're going to hear things that will shock you down your bone marrow. And all of these will happen tomorrow. Yes, all of these will happen tomorrow. Someone will be here. Just catch me live here by 1 p.m. tomorrow. From 1 to 3 p.m. We'll be having this big, robust conversation. And don't worry, we'll get you, along. We'll talk to you more. We'll get your own feedback and your observation. All right? Your views, your takes, your opinion, and all of this will be welcomed tomorrow. So do join me. My name is Jude Ikamni Jude. Let's get to open up the studio line so you can be part of this beautiful conversation. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. 0700 903 903 903. And of course, don't forget to go on YouTube and of course drop your comment there. That is YouTube, Voice of the People 90.3 FM, or in short, VOP 90.3 FM. WhatsApp 0700 903 903 9. Oh, sorry, Abi. 0700 903 9039. Yeah, 0700 903 9039. But you know how I say, right? If you must call in, endeavor to move away from your radio set or turn down the volume, or hey, I want it 60 seconds. 60 seconds. And the big one is that you should keep your comments civil. Very, very civil. That's how I like it here. Thank you so very much. All right. Let's get straight up to the studio lines and get your feedbacks right now. This is VOP 90.3 FM, and it's matters. We're discussing political matters. We have Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid in the studios. Let's go there. Good afternoon to you.
Afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Yes, welcome. Good afternoon.
UK satellite.
All right.
I think that your second there, the analyst, is a good Nigerian. Now, let me shock you. From Lagos to Abuja, there is no network in every local government. In every local government, there is no network. As I'm talking now, call them. Is it the country we will believe in? Now, monopoly is killing the country. You people close eye, they look at. Monopoly is killing the country. You people close eye, they look monopoly to monopolize us. Let us industrialize ourselves. Let us remove tribalism. Let us remove nepotism. And the nepotism is the worst in any organization you are working with. It is the worst killer in a nation. The analyst, he has told you everything he can say as a Nigerian who loves Nigeria. We are looking for solutions. All these things we are saying is a part of the solution. And if they didn't listen to it, which means we will remain the same, please, let them help us follow what the masses said. The man has said it all. He has said everything he can say. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm listening to what he's saying. Please, let them do something so that we can survive in this country. And again, the fuel is the marketer is behind all the problem we have. Don't be say they cannot buy fuel at a cheaper price and come and sell it at a cheaper price. They are the people. Kyari is one of them. They don't carry Nigerian at heart. Please, you people should look inwards at this marketers of the business.
Thank you.
We are the government. They are the marketer.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I have to let you go now. Yeah. Thank you so very much for calling. Okay, yeah, let's get it. I told you, just make it brief, okay, so other persons can also, say something. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Greetings to the guests in the studio, Barista.
Good evening. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Sorry, my name is Remy. I'm a cocker.
All right.
Yeah, I totally agree with the views of the barrister in the studio. Concerning the subsidy of the thing, I think we are in a way helping the politicians to push their agenda. There's nothing wrong with subsidy. There is no place in the world where things are not being subsidized, from education to health to even the fuel of the thing to transportation. So why are we making it seem as if subsidy is an evil thing? And if you have to look at it, subsidy happens to be like the only thing that the common man benefits in Nigeria. The only thing that gets to the common man directly is the subsidy. The only thing that the common man feels the impact directly is the subsidy. Okay, fine, you want to remove it. It's a fact that some people were paid this subsidy under the last administration. So, since we have that fact, why can't we go after those people? They have names. The only reason why anybody won't go after them is because it's either you're part of them. That is the only reason why I say probably you don't want to go after them. So subsidy wasn't the problem, but those who were paid to bring in something and failed not to. So it wasn't the subsidy that brought us to this. It was those who were paid, who were being paid falsely. So why can't we go after them and get either the money of them or restructure this thing? The other thing again, the 8,000 naira, after the 8,000 naira being given to citizens, what next? Now they want to review it. We don't know whether they're going to review it backward or upwardly. How are they going to review it? So one could tell these people in power never had this thought before coming in. Because if they had the thought on how to do about it, before removing the subsidy, they would have probably put things in place. You can't just pick up more money and remove the subsidy. And according to the last administration, we were told subsidy would end until ending of July. But May 29th, subsidy was removed. So the question is, who lied to us? Was it the last administration or the one who came in? Was subsidy paid till the ending of July? Or what? These are questions we should be asking. You shouldn't keep on pushing the agenda that subsidy that, yes, it has to go in a way, but not this way they came in with it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so very much. Thanks for calling. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Jude.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Mr. Easy calling.
All right.
Yeah, I was just listening to your program and I like that your guest is hitting it. He's a straightforward person. It just because each time I listen to your program and your colleagues, their program and their guests, Peter Anosike and those other ones that I said they are evils. You know, when they are hitting on issues like this, some persons will be saying they are tribal, they are one-sided. But seeing another person that is not from that tribe hitting the same way, that means we have genuine people in this country. We have genuine people. We shouldn't be having this mentality of you're one-sided. No, let's hit the nail on the head because everybody is pushing one goal. If it's good for this person, it will be good for these other persons. Now, what this your guest is saying is just the truth. Is let the power or empower let and do because they are not ruling animals. We are not animals. It is people that put them there. They seek for the help of people. They seek for support of people. They came and they're like, please, I want to help you guys. I want to put you guys in order, make you guys feel good. Now, these people have earned their trust. Now they get there, they now turn their back. Is unfair. Let them remember their promises to them and try to see how they can help the masses. 8,000 naira is nothing. Fuel alone, you buy fuel to fill your tank. What is 8,000 naira? That means if you're giving people 8,000 naira, that means just a day, that 8,000 is gone. So at the top, let them please hear the masses. The masses working now. I saw a man that came to me. He's would like say he's an alpha. He came to me, he said, please, that I should give him money. That he doesn't have anything in the where they are praying. I said, me too, I don't have anything. So if he's hitting this thing is hitting everybody. I know so many that are calling me that please help me with this. Do you have this? Do you have this? It's not really easy. Let them see how they can help everybody. If someone to help or assist, let them do the right thing. That is why people put them. All right.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate your call. Thank you. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
You have Lord Ma on the line.
All right.
I really want to appreciate your analysis on this with you there. He is spoken the mind of Nigerian masses, exactly the way things are going. Because I started listening to your program immediately you came on for there. No, really, APC have no good intention to Nigeria. Their plan was to come and kill, destroy, and to steal. When Buhari came, 2015 till today, many Nigerians, they say change. They changed many people to green. They changed many people from Kauna to trekking. And now, Tinubu has come. The only difference between Tinubu and Buhari is just what your analysts have said. Maybe he do listen. Why Buhari is, I don't care. Let us go and die. God is watching. So far they are breathing. There must be an account to all the killing, destroying, and to steal. Let them continue. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling. Yeah, 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Judah.
Good afternoon.
I salute the barrister with you there.
All right.
Okay.
I have only one area where I want to chip in. That is, I want to align with the body judge, because the lawyer didn't like. He said he didn't agree with him. I can see that about 80% of Nigerians were born after 1966, the present Nigerians we have now. Before 1966, every region had their own constitution. We didn't have a bloated power base at the federal, where everybody goes to the federal every month to go and share with a plate in hand to go and share with federal booty. That kind of something. Where the exclusive list in the constitution is almost 100. A road in Ijegu here, they say, sorry, my name is Charles Okeng from Ijegu.
All right.
Where there's a road in Ijegu is said to belong to federal road. That's rubbish. Will the Tinubu come to Ijegu to come and tie a road? In the regions, power should be devolved to the states. Let us have a true federal system, like we had in the 1963 Constitution. The federal government should just be a weak unit, not a powerful unit where everybody. You see, that's the reason for the corruption in Nigeria. The 210 or 220 million Nigerians are pushed into one room with a single door, like the eye of a needle. Everybody wants to pass through there. So corruption and whatever you have, everybody wants to say, I can break through. When the states, everybody goes back to their states, develop at their pace with a weak center. Being the president will not be a big deal. We won't kill ourselves. The constitution, the unitary system, because here we operate in and says the state, the country belongs to we belong to the state, and the state is headed by the commander-in-chief, who is the head of state. That is not a democratic constitution. So we should change that. Obasanjo tried to amend it, but because of his third third term project, all the good things that they proposed to amend in the constitution were thrown overboard. Jonathan took up his own. The 2014 confab, because as of now, the amalgamation that brought us together is even non-existent again. We are just living here as brother. There's nothing binding us. The southern and northern protectorate that became Nigeria, there's nothing binding us together. But when the Buhari came, they threw that one to the dustbin.
All right.
Before he left now, there were about so many things where the devolution of power bills were passed by the National Assembly. He didn't sign all of them.
All right, thank you.
There's no reason where
thank you.
They didn't sign. So let us change. Let's go back to true federalism. This is what we are doing. It's unitary system of military that we are running. Military system.
Right.
That's what we are running.
Thank you so very much. Let's get back to Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid because we need to wrap up now. Barrister, your final thoughts before we go.
My final thought is that the government should not rush into making policies in order to impress people. They should look critically and examine those policies thoroughly before bringing it out. Any policy, no matter how good, that will have negative impact on the life of the people, that will not that will create hardship in a way, one form or the other. I don't want to hear you have to wait for a while, suffer for a while, and then you will enjoy it later. Any policy that will bring that kind of end should not even be considered. Government is in place to make things easy. So government should just ensure that, look, their responsibility, they should understand it clearly, is to provide security and welfare for the people, to make people live. We have given all our mandates to them. Our own power, the power, what they are enjoying, we also have the right to enjoy it. In other words, I also have the right to be driving an official car of 400 something million naira Mercedes-Benz. Bulletproof. It's not just some those who are driving it are not driving it just because of anything, because we are giving them our own mandate, our power, our what they are supposed to benefit. Say, look, you are the one in charge of it, so enjoy yourself. See it for us. So when in response to that thing that we have done to them, because they are living free houses, they are eating free food, they are wearing free clothes, even their children are being taken care of by us. So I expect in response to that to also consider us and say, look, these people who have given us this, we need to make them happy as well. We need to make them comfortable as well. So government should look at it critically. And I am happy. I'm happy. This government appear to be a listening government because so whenever we say something, when they bring out a policy and we raise observations, we criticize the policy, we raise issue things. It's not as if we hate government. We were all looking for what will be good for us. They should not throw it away just like that. They should not see it as opposition. They should not see us as enemy. They should look at it and see and consider and look at it and consider it just like what they did in the case of 8,000 naira palliative. So that's what I expect the government to be doing. Do have the interest of the masses in your heart, and you will grow. Thank God they are already millionaire. They are multi-billionaires. Our president is a multi-billionaire. So he's not looking for our money. He's only there to enjoy as a president. That's just what he's looking for, his name. I'm the president. So he has nothing to lose. He has a lot to lose in terms of his integrity and value. So let him just think that manner. Provide what is needed for us, and his name will be written in gold. He can do it. He can do it. He has the capacity. He has people around him who can also. That's what we are told. That even though I have my what's it called in it. That Lagos is because I've been in Lagos, I've not seen much different in terms of government contribution to the development of Lagos. Most of the development are by people.
That would be another discussion for for another day.
Don't put me there. Don't put me there.
No, of course you're not a Lagosian.
Yeah, I'm not a Lagosian.
You're a Lagosian.
Yes.
You've been in Lagos
not by birth.
But you've been in Lagos
not by birth.
For how many
I'm a
years?
Lagosian. If as you can be a Lagosian, I'm a Lagosian.
Let's leave that for another day. Thank you so very much, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. I want to appreciate you so very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, and thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. I'll be here tomorrow, like I said. Please do join me tomorrow by 1 p.m. We're bringing the entire Southeast to the studio tomorrow. Let's talk about the Southeast tomorrow. Join me on social media, Instagram, Facebook. I am Ikami Jude. One word. IKAMIJUDEH. Do follow VOP across all socials also. That is at VOP 90.3 FM. I'm out of here. My job here is done. From me to you is good afternoon, Lagos.
Dear valued listeners,